Contributions to Computer Technology by Rachel Catrona. In 1939 through 1943, Aiken, in collaboration with IBM, developed the first fully functional computer named the Harvard Mark I. It was a remarkable 50 feet long, weighed 5 tons, and boasted 750,000 parts. As impressive as its size was, it took 3 to 6 seconds to add 2 numbers and was operated by special technicians. By the late 1980s and 90s, several companies came out with handheld computers called Personal Digital Assistants, known as PDAs. This led to the cascade of inventions such as the Palm Pilot, BlackBerry, iPod, iPad, and of course, smartphones. Throughout the decades, many people have built upon, improved, and refined the technology widely used today by most of the world. The simplicity of its use, alongside the infiltration into almost every aspect of daily life, is a testament of the awesomeness of computer technology. While there are countless people responsible for this growth and evolution, Douglas Engelbart, Steve Jobs, and Steve Wozniak have contributed to computer technology in a way that has enhanced personal use of computers. Douglas Engelbart was an inventor and scientist born January 30th, 1925 in Portland, Oregon. His goal was to transform the way humans shared ideas and solved world problems with the assistance of computer technology. In 1968, Engelbart unveiled network computing to the world by giving a first-ever live demonstration of networked personal computing, known as the mother of all demos. In this single demonstration, he introduced the following: document sharing, hyperlinks, version control, word processing, video conferencing, and integrated text and graphics. In the 1960s, however, he developed the mouse, which for the time was incredible. Something that allowed a person to operate the inside of a computer with a tool on the outside was inconceivable at the time. However, most interestingly, he foreshadowed the internet. This exemplifies his interest in using computer technology to enable collaboration among users and to enhance the human intellect. This technology can be seen today in virtually all aspects of industry. His idea of a collective intelligence used to solve world problems was exceptional and ahead of its time. Steve Jobs was another inventor who was interested in making computer use accessible to everyone, not just professionals. He was born on February 24, 1955, to a Lebanese college professor and an American mother in San Francisco, California. The two were unmarried and gave Steve up for adoption. As a young high school student, Steve expressed an intense interest in machines and even attended lectures at Hewlett-Packard, where he met his longtime friend and Apple business partner, Steve Wozniak. Steve also took a job at Atari, working alongside Steve Wozniak. The two worked together designing video games for the company. Continuing to work with Wozniak, they created and sold 100 homemade computers to a local store, and Apple computers came into existence. Jobs was a forward thinker, and although he suffered many setbacks with Apple, he was able to market some of the best innovations of all time. Apple released iTunes, followed by the iPod. These digital music players controlled over 90% of the market share. The iTunes stores sold songs for $1 each and sold more than 1 million songs. The concept of the smartphone was revolutionized by the release of the iPhone. The media player, handheld camera, cell phone, video camera containing a built-in web browser that ran apps was a universal success and cemented Apple's reputation as a revolutionary manufacturer of technological products. Unfortunately, Jobs died October 5, 2011, at the age of 56. Upon news of his death, U.S. President Barack Obama hailed Jobs as a visionary and one of the greatest American inventors. Steve Wozniak was born August 11, 1950, in San Jose, California, to an electrical engineer for the Lockheed Missiles and Space Company. He was a rather undisciplined student who had an interest in engineering and a propensity for mathematics. Steve worked as an intern for Hewlett-Packard and was involved with the Home Computer Club. It was then that he designed his first microcomputer. This invention got the attention of Steve Jobs, whose enthusiasm led the two to work together, forming the Apple Computer Company. During his short time with Apple, he designed the 3.5-inch floppy disk drive for the Apple II, along with its software applications and components of its operating system. Soon after, he crashed a plane and had temporary traumatic amnesia. He was then forced to take a break from Apple. In 1985, he spent many years volunteering, teaching, and engaged in numerous philanthropic causes. Both Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs were awarded a National Medal of Technology by President Ronald Reagan in 1985. Clearly, all three men were ahead of their time, passionate about their ideas and determined to make them a reality, not only for themselves, but for all of humanity. Their inventions and innovations have changed the way we share information, communicate, entertain ourselves, and solve problems. Douglas Engelbart, Steve Jobs, and Steve Wozniak have all played unique roles in the development and proliferation of computer technology.